Hey, do you remember that time Batman fought a virus? Yeah, me neither. But let's check out Contagion Part 6 in Batman 529. And this has got an awesome Kelly Jones cover with the Grim Reaper. And Kelly Jones did all this artwork around the edges, all the skulls, which is on every book. And this is written by Doug Munch. And I'm just going to jump to it right now. If you go to the very end of the book, past the Cybermage ad, Doug Munch, there it is, Doug Munch writes this long one-page essay that is just, I'm just gonna say it's just crazy. He goes on to blame like all these viruses, like here the Black Death of 1347 to 1350, on like UFOs and strange things in the sky, and then he kind of goes on to suggest that possibly AIDS, I think right there, AIDS was created by the United States government right here. We've learned in recent decades to our horror that our own government has conducted biowarfare experiments by spraying germs over cities and into subway systems just to see how many of us would sicken and or die. All right, arguably employing American citizens as lab rats and simulated warm-ups for some potential, maybe even planned apocalypse. So he's saying our government is planning an apocalypse and spraying our subways with viruses. I can't believe that made it into this book here. But anyways, let's take a look at the book. So starts off, and it's actually Robin narrating, which is kind of cool. You don't see that a lot in Batman. And Tim Drake here is parachuting back into Gotham from his little exploits with Catwoman and Azrael and all that fun stuff there. This is called Tears of Blood. And then we get a little like Tim kind of tells everyone what he did on his side books in Robin and Catwoman and Azrael, because I'm sure a lot of people just read the Batman title. There's more awesome Kelly Jones artwork. Always looks like a Dracula movie. It's very cinematography kind of esque of those dark movies, but always exaggerated. Like what exactly piece of equipment is Batman using here? Right? Even Robin's like, huh? To analyze this blood. But that's just kind of how his art is. And so then it gives a little recap of what's going on with the clench, the virus that's gripping Gotham City. And I love the coloring in this, how it's all just like purples and pinks and hues of in the flashback. And then we get a little I mean, I'll tell you this, there's a lot in this book. This is Batman 529. Sometimes you read a comic and you're like, man, I spent $4 or $5 on that and I'm done in a couple minutes. This here was $1.95 back in April of 96. And it took me a while to read this. There's a lot in this book. So get your money's worth in this one. Little reminder of what's going on in the Babylon Towers, how they're all infected and can't get out and are trapped. Then this is kind of weird. We have these like scientists and they're analyzing a body and they're telling all of this to Bullock, who has this interesting flower. And they're basically going on and on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 panels, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 panels here of all just explaining that, well, having the blood of a victim may not give you the cure, and even having the blood of a survivor may not give you the cure, and having a blood of a dead survivor, which we've had dead blood here, that's what Robin brought, may not work. So all those other books that you just read and spent money on, yeah, that was just a waste of time. And what we find out is that oversized flower that Harvey's got is a listening device. It's a microphone, so Batman right there can listen. And see, it's not built in the cow, it's on the outside there, and can get all that information. And it's just kind of a way that we, the reader, can get the information. And then Azrael shows up in the Batcave and brings some more blood of Fong, who like stabbed himself. So now they've got 2 blood samples, but how to use it, how to get it into Babylon Towers, what to do, that's the trick. So Nightwing shows up, Azrael leaves, they talk about this, and Batman says, look, there's only one person who can get in and out of Babylon Towers and not be infected. Who? Well, a badly drawn Poison Ivy. And she is drawn all over the place in this. Like, if you listen to our podcast, we talked about some of her physical features and her saggy boobs and just kind of like what is going on in some of this artwork with her. And she does like some stretching exercises at one point. They're doing her stretches and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a really weirdly drawn Poison Ivy. It's supposed to be extremely beautiful, and I think they kind of fail at that. But anyway, what happens in these pages? Well, Batman goes to Arkham, tells Jeremiah Arkham, Dr. Arkham, I'm taking Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy kind of says she'll do it, but she's kind of coy about it and all that. Meanwhile, there are riots breaking out all over Gotham, and Robin and Nightwing are trying to save the day. They're trying to swing into action, but it's kind of rough for them. Poison Ivy agrees to go, but then finds out the way to get in is through this like sewer pipe. So that's why I think she's doing these limber exercises to crawl on that pipe and get up to the atrium. Robin, this is a big part of it. Robin's fighting this guy, and this guy sneezes this green snot all over Ryan. Did I say Ryan? I meant Robin. It's all over his face there. It's pretty nasty. And then, oh no. Oh yeah, there's even more. I forgot about this part. This is the oh no part. The police all go to Commissioner Gordon. You got Hardback, you got Bullock, you got Renee Montoya, who's lamenting the death of her boyfriend Johnny. And they tell Commish, come on, man, you got to get back into action. We need you. You're our leader, so lead us. Now, at this point, Tim and Dick, Nightwing and Robin, they're trapped against the wall. They're going to die. Nobody can save them until the Huntress comes in and saves them. And of course, we get reminded for the 80,000 billionth time in this run that Batman doesn't approve of her methods right there. Again and again. Her methods aren't that bad. I mean, I just don't get it. They just do that again and again and again and again. It just is kind of annoying. And then here's some more weirdly drawn Poison Ivy. And she's now inside Babylon Towers. We find out that, wow, lots of crazy stuff's going on in Babylon Towers. But they know now there's a woman in the conservatory, and she has a cure. But she's going to sell it to the highest bidder. So here now, Huntress, Nightwing, and Robin, they end up right back in the same spot. Back against the wall. They're going to get killed. They're kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of like Debbie Downers here. They're like, oh no, we're goners right here. All right, we need a miracle. It looks grim. All right. And then, so then there, again, another weirdly drawn Poison Ivy. Says she will sell the cure to the highest bidder, and maybe they'll have enough for the top 10 bids. And just when it looks like our heroes are going to die, Batman swoops in, scares the heck out of everybody, right? Terrifying. They all run away. They don't even fight. Batman has to come in and tell Huntress that he does not approve of her methods. All right, here we go. Your methods never work, Huntress. Not on any real level, but that was just the first wave. So, I mean, again, how many times are they going to tell us that? And so now here we go. We're kind of just leading into the next part. Not really a cliffhanger on this one. And we got to find out what will happen with Poison Ivy, find out what will happen with everything. And the next issue of Batman, not part of the Contagion storyline, was the Dead Man Connection. And what was kind of cool about this issue, I got it right here, issue 530, it was a special glow-in-the-dark cover. And I've had this book for, 25 years now? And I shut the lights off, and it still glows. So I don't know if it'll... I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but let's shut the lights off here and see. Oh, I don't think it's showing up. Maybe a little bit. Where it said Batman, it became Dead Man. And, I don't see. I think just, yeah. I don't know if that showed up. I don't think so. But anyway, it's still kind of cool after all these years. It's still got a little bit in it. So, we will look at, not this book, but the next part of Contagion next time. So have a great day, everybody.